happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. First off, just wanted to say happy holidays, very Merry Christmas to all you wonderful folks out there. With that being said, you already know we got another huge update. You guys can probably already tell it is going down. Just by that title alone, guys, you're definitely going to want to see this one as we're witnessing Bill Maher turn into the male version of The View right before our eyes, guys. He is tiptoeing and dancing on a fine line of a defamation lawsuit coming from Donald Trump, guys. I'm excited to get into it. Hop straight into it. So make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Before we even get into it, you guys, hit that like button, also hit that subscribe button for your boy. Without further ado, let's hop straight into it, folks. Check this one out.
Well, if I look at the big picture, it doesn't look good. So I'm going to work on this line.
Right.
I'm going to read this book.
Right.
I'm going to talk to this friend and keep it small.
And the truth is, you're probably going to be able to keep doing that.
God willing.
No matter what's going on out there in the world. Of course, the worst things could happen. Trump could get into office and blow up the world on day one. But, you know, I'm not going through the same spilkus I did last time.
Really?
Yeah. Like when it happens, wake me, but I'm not giving my mind over to it again. And I'll see what happens. And one thing I've learned about the future is that we're very bad about predicting it. And whatever you think is probably likely to happen probably isn't going to happen.
Don't you find that a little rich? Donald Trump wins the presidency, and now we got Bill Maher saying, everything's gonna be fine. Kind of interesting, considering before the election, this is what Bill Maher was saying.
These are the dictator countries. There's a very World War II feeling here. When the dictator countries are getting together, I mean, in World War II, what did Hitler and the Japanese have in common? Nothing, except they saw the world one way. Fascism. They all have to do it in their different way. Iran is a fascist country.
Hey, that was his favorite word, pre-election result. I mean, come on, guys. Ever since the election day, this guy's whole narrative has changed. I feel like this guy was calling Donald Trump fascist this, fascist that. But now he's coming and saying, you know, there's no more fear mongering. The world's not going to end. You know, I'm not going to worry about what Donald Trump could do. He's not turning. I mean, come on, you guys. This is absolutely insane. The Trump derangement syndrome we're seeing right in front of our eyes. And I guarantee you, if the outcome of the election was in the other direction, he would still be talking like this. I mean, come on.
One way. Fascism. They all have to do it in their different way. Iran is a fascist country in their own way. So is China. So is Russia. Saudi Arabia, you could say also. Somehow, the world seems to be dividing between the good guy countries, the democratic countries, and these autocracies. And if your guy gets in, we're going to be on the wrong side of this one. In some ways, he is Hitler-like. I'm sorry, but that's just true. Not Hitler, but you know,
just because someone voted for
he says he likes their generals. You know, I mean, that's Hitler-like. I wish I had his general.
So we went from, we're on the side of fascism if Donald Trump wins, and Trump's gonna start siding with all of these autocratic fascist nations. We went from, well, Trump is Hitler-like, he's basically Hitler, to everything's gonna be fine. Don't you just find that mind-blowing? Because I certainly do. Frankly, I just think it shows the level of dishonesty of a particular side here. It shows how willing during an election season these people are to say whatever has to be said to attain power. That's what it really comes down to. And this level of dishonesty, I think, is unique to one particular side. You just don't see the same thing on the right. The level that Democrats took political rhetoric to over the last 8 years has been almost unbelievable. And that's probably what's creating this effect here, this shock from my end, because nonstop, every day, it's been Donald Trump is literally Hitler, fascist, lose our democracy, lose our rights, the right-wing MAGA mob. They're violent extremists who engaged in insurrection. That's
Hive Mind's got a very great point there, guys. Like I said, they were screaming this to the top of their lungs. They were not giving this same energy they're giving now, where it's just like cool, calm, and collective. Even a little bit post election, I feel like there was a little bit of that freak out. But then they instantly settled, and the narrative changed when they figured out they lost power, they lost control. I mean, come on, the things they'll do, the things they'll say. in order to stay in power. It's crazy.
That's all we've heard over and over again, every day,
Exactly.
every week, every month, every year for 8 years straight. And now all of a sudden it's, oh, well, things will be just fine under Donald Trump. That's insane. That is completely insane. And of course, it's not just with Donald Trump. It's also with Trump voters. I've noticed a significant shift there as well. You know, Donald Trump is for sure the most demonized politician in modern American history. And of course, that has a downstream effect, making Trump voters, the Trump base, the Trump supporters, probably the most demonized political group in modern American history. And that's another place where we saw the exact same thing, you know? The MAGA voter was the greatest threat to the homeland, right? That's what they said. Trump voters, many of you, over the last 8 years have been categorized and described as violent, racist, bigoted, extremist, far-right, supporting a fascist, in a cult. They called Larry Elder the blackface of white supremacy. I mean, let's really put it into perspective. But now we've got prominent leftists like Cenk Uygur coming out and saying stuff like this.
On the right, you guys do a great job of coalescing, okay? So you do a couple of things well. You work together well, and you're more welcoming, if I'm being honest. And a lot of people on the left know this as well. If you agree with MAGA 5%, the answer you get is welcome, right? Come join us, right? On the left, if you disagree 5%, they go, get out of here, you're a right-winger, you're a fascist. Look, I propose simple rules, the 3 rules of the internet. Rule number 1, when we disagree, we fight. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Now, rule number 2 is, afterwards, we must have a beer together, okay? And rule number 3 is, for God's sake, when we agree, let's unite. For the left, we have too much division. We almost never unify. I don't mean with the right. I mean internally. The left loves to attack one another. I love you guys on the left. I love you. But every once in a while, when we get a yes, when we agree.
It's the identity politics, guys. I mean, the whole woke, go broke. I mean, I don't see how they haven't figured this whole thing out. The little subsections in, identity politics is at some point it's going to clash against each other. You've got all these different subgroups of, Democrats. Yeah, they're going to clash against each other at some point. And then that point he made where he's like, if we, when we disagree, we fight. We don't have to fight when we disagree. This is the thing that I feel like it just gets under my skin the most, honestly. You try to speak to someone, you may have different viewpoints, different opinions, and you still, you can't hash it out when you talk to these folks on the left. So many times, I've got so many family members where I'll try to speak to them. They'll ask me why, they're curious about why I speak on Trump or why I'm high on what he does, his administration. They'll ask me things, and then when I go with the truth, they're just like, well, do you know he's, R word? Do you know he's, all these different things, hateful things? I'm like, well, show me a clip or show me and they get so triggered. You know what I mean? You can't even, get through to them. That's what I feel like they have to drop that on that side. If they truly want to come together and unite, you have to be able to hear different opinions, different viewpoints without getting upset, getting your feelings.
Can we please unite? And the second thing we need is for the old, I'm being honest, and on average, not everyone, of course, but for the older Democratic voters, please turn off your television sets. They're lying to you. They're tricking you. They're trying to get you to vote for corruption. They're trying to get you to vote for policies you don't even want.
Yo, there we have it, guys. That one coming from our friend Liberal Hive Mind. Definitely be sure to leave that original video link down in the description box below. For those who want to go over there, check that full thing out. Also, you guys to go over there, show our friend Liberal Hive Mind tons of love and support. He's a great guy. Oh my goodness, guys. Cenk, hope I'm saying that correctly, made, a call to action to all his, older generational Democrats where he's saying, hey, you guys need to go ahead and just turn your tubes off, turn the television set off, because guess what? All these, legacy media outlets are lying to you, the ABCs, the MSNBCs, the NBC, they lying to you guys. I mean, come on, turn the TV off. Let's be honest, guys, this is the new news. I don't know how many times that I've went to the news, or like a legacy media outlet and seen the news that they were running. Then I go online, I hop on YouTube, and I could quickly get to the facts. I'm like, this is a completely different story than what they were running over there on these mainstream media outlets. I mean, come on, independent journalists on X, on here, like myself, Life for Reckless, or I think he's just reckless now. But A-Dog, there's so many of Benny. There's so many folks on here that'll just give you that raw news, exactly what you need. And I see exactly why he's saying that. Until they realize that they're being lied to, though, unfortunately, they will never get it. Definitely hop in the comment section, though, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys have a very safe, warm, Merry Christmas with your families. Definitely take this time in. And I just want to let you guys know I love you all. Happy holidays from your boy Retro. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this for work. I mean, come on, you guys. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you did enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next week.